So, I'm going to be reviewing Star Trek Discovery's third episode, which, if you have CBS All Access, was available this evening at 5:30. So, episode 3 was really good. I enjoyed it. I don't even know where to start, really. I mean, I'm still bitter about the captain's death in the pilot. And hey, it's always fun to have specious talk in Star Trek. That's always fun. And there's always the threat of death in space, which is really rad. I'm still just really in love with the opening. Honestly, I'm kind of a slut for OG Star Trek opening, obviously. But I'm really glad that this hasn't fallen into sort of the awfulness that was the Enterprise's opening. If you've never seen that opening, you gotta sit through it at least once, because God, it's awful. And hey, cool, lady security officer. Haven't had one of those in a while. Like first season of The Next Generation, while, and even then she didn't last the entire first season. Better about that. Before the show started airing, I know a lot of people were really kind of anti Jason Isaacs as a Star Trek captain for, stupid reasons. His opinions didn't follow along with anyone else's. Who cares? I'm always here to love hating Jason Isaacs. Always have been since I was a kid. So I'm really here for that. Okay, so I want to talk a little bit about Tilly. She's adorable. I absolutely adore her. She's so cute. And I can't help but wonder. They haven't exactly said what her special need is. I realize that she has allergies, but I wouldn't consider that a special needs sort of thing. So I'm wondering, is there something else, or are you just gonna title allergies a special needs thing now? Because I wouldn't do that. I'm actually honestly wondering if maybe she's on the spectrum, which if she is, that's kind of cool. Also, I kind of am why would you put a convicted con in with a member of your crew who potentially has special needs? I'm that's a little weird to me still. Also, the video call between our gay boy, I don't know his name yet, and his friend, I have to say, it looked like a bad video game. That looked terrible. In the pilot episodes, the holograms and stuff looked really cool. They looked really good. But I'm just that weird call thing just looked horrendous, and they need to not ever again. Also, Saru is in this episode, which I'm yay, I need more Saru in my life now, constantly. Also, the gold stripes on him look amazing. They're just so shiny. I noticed that he trills. He makes little, insecty trill noises, although it's kind of sad because it seems he makes them whenever he's under, stress, and that makes me sad, because he's basically a cow. And that is sad. Okay, so when they went on to the USS Glenn, I was not expecting that. If you haven't seen the episode and you're ignoring my spoiler warning because whatever you want to do, you do, it was kind of gory. This was new levels of gore. The J.J. Abrams films don't have this much gore in them. it was suddenly like we transported from Trekverse to like Aliens or just Event Horizon level of gore bullshittery. It was gross. Like, I'm not saying it was like a person who loves gory films level of gore, but it was nasty. Also, like, I am honestly still waiting for the day when we get a new Trek that isn't based in the past. I want a new Trek that is past the Next Generation, Voyager, DS9 timeline. I'm really tired of the Klingons being the constant assholes. I really enjoyed that in the Next Generation, Voyager, and Deep Space Nine that they weren't. That, yeah, there were still, like, issues, but, I mean, that's bound to happen. But it's just, like, I'm really tired of them being the bad guys. And even though I'm also really tired of the Romulans, I kind of want to get to a timeline in Trek where we can look more at the political stuff between the Romulans and Vulcan and the Federation and stuff, you know, before they all die and a new timeline is created. I'm still bitter and sad. Also, like, me and my, like, partner screamed because Tribble, there's a freaking Tribble in this episode. It's on Lorca's desk, and it trilled, and it was big and fat, and I'm just like, oh, Tribble. And also, like, the whole, like, thing that, Lorca was talking about with the way they're trying to travel by spore, it just really reminded me of, like, in, like, fairy tale folklore kind of stuff by traveling by ley line, and that's all I could think the entire time. Also, okay, another thing that I really want to talk about, and I didn't quite think about this during the pilot, which I'm a little surprised, but it was a little easier for me to focus on this because I wasn't quite as like, Star Trek! I mean, I was, but anyway. I want to just kind of talk about the female captain thing. Okay, I'm all here for female captains. I love Catherine Janeway. I'm down. I'm here. But I have a problem with our beautiful but now deceased captain being a woman. And that's terrible. But reasons. So, Star Trek Discovery takes place about 100 years-ish before, like, our OG Enterprise crew or something, which I feel is inaccurate because at this point, Spock's alive. So I'm like, you're maybe 10, 15, maybe 20 years out. I don't even know. Is in the original series, in the very last episode, they actually talk about the fact that there aren't women captains, and it's really like archaic, bullshitty stuff, which I realize that the show was made in the 60s, so archaic, bullshitty stuff. I get it. But here we are, before all of that, and this is coming off as a post-military Starfleet, but not quite a humanitarian level Starfleet. Like, I think they mentioned the humanitarian thing in the pilot, but it's like, it's not quite there yet. Like, it's not OG level, TNG level, like, level of humanitarianism. So I'm just kind of wondering, where does this fall? What are the rules and regulations? Are there women captains right now in this post-military thing because there were women generals during all that crap? Like, is that what it was? Because I know that they, literally just took a bunch of their generals and was like, here, your starship captains now, go explore space. So I wonder about that. I'm like, are you literally rewriting, like, OG Trek? Is that what you're trying to do? Because if you are, you need to not. Like, I'm obviously all for fixing the problems that were in the original Star Trek, because, of course, each Trek show is definitely a product of its time and has to deal with stuff, even though they are very progressive. But at the same time, I'm like, you need to do it, but you need to not just break all your rules. Like, there are rules to these things, and I'm more than willing to bend, but don't break them. But overall, it kind of sounds like I'm complaining and that I didn't like it, and that's not true. I really did enjoy this episode. I was not ready for this level of gore. I don't do gore. It didn't really squick me out or trigger me or anything, but it was gross. It was a little bit gross. And the weird cat alien thing that was apparently doing the twisting of these people low-key reminds me of stuff definitely inspired by, like, Geiger? this dude's like alien look, that's just like, I'm just saying, it kind of looked like maybe there was some inspiration there. So yeah, I'm enjoying the series so far. I'm really excited to see where this goes. I'm excited to learn more about Michael's and like her time with the Vulcans. I'm like, okay, this was kind of hyped up. Can we get a little more information? Like they low key name drop Spock without name dropping Spock. They did reference Amanda and the fact that Amanda would read Alice in Wonderland to Michael's and Amanda's son. And we all know that Cybok is not Amanda's son, so I'm pretty sure it was Spock. So I'm excited. I'm still excited to see where this goes. Yeah, so next Sunday cannot come soon enough. I'm really eager. So I'm hoping that this will get really, really good and will continue to get good. Although I gotta say, I definitely feel that agreeing to work with Isaac's character, Larkin, whatever the hell his name is, it feels like making a deal with the devil. And I'm really excited to love hating this guy.